Per the usual, I've become addicted to Satisfactory, and I've just completed my aluminum, my new aluminum factory. So I thought I'd give a little bit of a walkthrough here. Um, so first things first, we are pulling in bauxite, lots of bauxite. A little under 3,000, I think. There's 3 lines of 780 and then 1 line of 600. And let's follow that down here. So in terms of recipes, we were using the sloppy electrode pure method. So these first refineries are making sloppy alumina, taking 200 bauxite, 200 water. These feed into the next set of refineries. So the alumina solution comes over here and is fed into these, which are using the electrode aluminum scrap. So we're taking in 180 alumina solution and then petroleum coke. I actually got lucky here. Petroleum coke is being fed in from the rubber refinery over there. I had just enough being made as a byproduct, so I just redirected it here and it feeds all of these, so I was very lucky. But yeah, so these are making the aluminum scrap we need, and then a byproduct of water. So the water is being fed back around, it's being recycled back into the first line of refineries. And this was probably the most difficult part of this build. Just getting these two to work. Recycled water was a pain in the ass. The key here was to use these buffers down below to store excess of water. So the amount of water in the system fluctuates a little bit. And until I had these buffers, these lines were backing up and just causing the machines to slow down. So as soon as I installed the buffers, that handled the fluctuation and we started running pretty well. These are all running at 100% now. But yeah, so these make the aluminum scrap and it sends it down to these lines. So these are making 300 each, I think. 300? Yeah, 300 each. So I'm taking 2 of these machines per belt. So 600 are coming to each one of these lines, and these are making the ingots. Yeah, and these are making 300 ingots per minute per line. We have, I think there's like 9.5 lines here. So what happens next is we take 2 of these lines. So we take 600 ingots per minute and we feed it into these constructors. So each section of constructors are taking 600 and are making casings, and we're making 400 casings per minute per section. These first 2 sections I think we're just putting into storage. I think these will be used later for higher up stuff. I don't have purchase for these yet. But these ones, this set of 400 are being turned into batteries. Over in this section over here. Over here. Yeah, so these blenders are making the batteries. We're making 20 per minute. So we're making 80 batteries per minute total. These take alumina solution, the casings, and sulfuric acid. So I'm bringing sulfur on a train that gets sent over here to these refineries, combined with water, are being turned into sulfuric acid. Yeah, so those get sent to these blenders. Batteries are made. Water is also made as a byproduct here and sent back to the refineries making the alumina solution. So all the water is recycled. The only other thing that I need here is these copper ingots. I need copper to make the aluminum sheets, the outclad sheets. So we have a little bit of copper being made here at 300 per minute. That's actually fed in from there's a miner over there somewhere I'm feeding this from. Yeah, so 300 copper ingots per minute. get fed into these lines. So these are all making alclad sheets. I don't remember how many per minute. 30, so maybe 300 per minute here total for each one of these lines. I know copper, 100 copper per minute for each one of these lines here. And how much aluminum? A lot more aluminum. Maybe 300 per minute per line. So this is making the alclad sheets. These are turned into either heat sinks, or I use them. The alclad sheets are used for conveyor belts. So those sheets feed these machines, which are making the heat sinks. And then also I'm importing copper sheets via the train, as the heat sinks also require those. So it's in 7.5 here. I'm not sure. I'm making 80 heat sinks per minute, something like that. And so what's being kept here in storage, the alclad sheets, what else do we have? The heat sinks, the casings. I think this one's for batteries, but I'm not making too many batteries, so it isn't filled up yet. Everything extra is just being put into the sink, trashed. Look at the logistics down here. Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff coming in here. And this is all being fed up to storage. So it goes into storage first. If storage backs up, it gets redirected to the sinks. So the full line will never back up. Let's back up here. Yeah, so it comes into storage, and then it gets sent to the train to be sent back to the main base. What do we have here? Yeah, so sheets are here, heat sinks, 2 bins of casings. This must. Why we don't have any fucking. Oh, I know where the batteries are. So batteries are used for all my drones. I'm actually sending the batteries back to the main base via drone here. This keeps. I have a lot of drones running stuff back and forth between my main base, so all the batteries are used to power those. Sulfur comes in on that train, copper sheets come in on this train, and then everything going out leaves on this train right here. That's about it. Next up, I'll be working on a updated computer factory, so I'll probably use some of those casings. But yeah, this came out really clean.